Hello, this is TurboDog702 for the Castlevania Any Percent tutorial speedrun. Right now I'm going to cover something of an advanced mechanic known as buffering. I'm going to cover some of the different ways that you can buffer. To make a simple explanation, buffering is a way in which you can input commands far before you wish to execute them, and they will execute on the first possible frame or much earlier than you would normally be able to input them at human speed. So we're going to jump right into it. We're going to be covering some input buffering, including using the Richter whip as you're falling out of the attic in the prologue, which has to do with buffering as you leave a screen. We're also going to go to a la carte afterward and discuss heart refresh buffering, which can also happen during any screen freeze, which I'll discuss that at another time. We'll also be covering map buffering. Okay, so right now I'm Richter and I'm inside the prologue, and I just really wanted to stress this real quick point because it's something that is going to be used inside the neutron bomb strat that I'm going to show to people to get 41 hearts. Basically what you're able to do is as you're transitioning screens, when the screen is black, you're actually able to hold buttons and have them go off as you go into the next screen. For this example, I'm going to be holding Richter's whip button and literally holding the button down as I go into the black screen. And it'll come out basically immediately when he comes on screen. This can be useful in this particular application because we will be sliding out of the attic to be able to pick up the hearts inside of the urn. And one of the fast ways to do that is to be able to slide off and then buffer a whip input on your way down. Alright, that'll be it for the buffering of Richter's whip. You could also do it before you hit the screen as well, just by holding it so that Richter's whip kind of lays out. And that could be a way that you could maintain Richter's momentum, which is covered inside the advanced mechanics for Richter. Right, now I'm going to be shifting over to an a la carte file to be showing off map buffering as much as I can and heart refresh buffering. Okay. Now, to try and give an idea really quickly about how heart refresh buffering works, I'm going to have to equip a heart refresh. Okay. Basically, this is what happens when you heart refresh. You bring up a menu and it allows you to do a heart refresh. Now, what happens during a heart refresh is a screen freeze. There are other ways to initiate a screen freeze. Other ways include picking up max-ups, when you level up, or when you use heart refresh, or certain other things such as using shield rod spells. What is important to note about this, and particularly the heart refresh, is you can actually input a button while the heart refresh is going off, and it will execute the first frame available. So I have Buffalo Stars on my other hand, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to press heart refresh, and while the heart refresh is going off, I'm going to hold the Buffalo Star button. And you'll note that immediately upon the heart refresh completing, I throw a Buffalo Star on the first available frame. I believe this works for any button that you could press. That was with jump, and then I can do it with backdash as well, obviously. And this allows you to do certain techniques which will be discussed at another time, including many of the glitches. Some of the glitches that I would be displaying would include double heart refreshing in order to cause different effects like opening a shift line or opening reverse shift lines. And basically what that would look like is you'd basically heart refresh, hold the other heart refresh, and it would go off instantly, and then you hold the other heart refresh, so you alternate back and forth and create a chain. And that allows you to do certain things with that. But that will be covered inside of another video. I just figured having heart refresh buffering would be something that you would want to know about. And it would be easy for you to look at this video when it is referenced to, so I don't need to do it for every video that I do. Okay, so now we're going to do map buffering, which quite simply put, depending on what you are using, you have a button which opens your menu, and a button which opens the map. Now, what map buffering allows you to do is it allows you to time things and basically make your character advance frame by frame so that you can do certain tricks very accurately. Like I can go like this, and when the map screen is open, you press your menu button and then the map button in quick succession. Now you notice it is though Alucard is moving in slow motion, and if I had less of the map revealed, you'd be able to see more of his actions during it. I suppose I can show some of that right now actually by loading a different file. Such as, say, this one. On this one I have significantly less maps, so it should be able to show more of it. Notice there is where Alucard is. And I can basically force the game to move into slow motion and allow me to see certain frames of animation and judge where Alucard's position is on the map. This can also be done with Richter, but he has far less uses for it. It should also be noted that if you're on the map screen and you hold down a button, when you remove the map screen, you will do it instantly. In this case, I had the Buffalo Star. Now I'm going to do Mana Prism. I'm holding down the Mana Prism button. I let go of map, and it does the Mana Prism. This can be useful later on, particularly when we're doing the Relic skips and the Richter skip. But for now, that's all the real things that I wanted to cover as far as map buffering is concerned. So it'll take a little bit of practice, and you may not get the exact next frame each time you do it, but just keep at it. I've heard that it is much easier to do on PlayStation controllers than it is on the Xbox version of this game. But keep at it, and you should be able to get good results. But that should do it for my discussions on buffering, both input buffering with the Richter whip when you're falling through screens, heart refresh buffering, and general screen freeze buffering, I guess you could say, and map buffering. This is TurboDog702 for the Castlevania Symphony of the Night Any% route tutorial.